So far, we've talked about making volume adjustments here in the mix console, but you can also make event-based volume adjustments on the events in the project window. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to type F3 to remove our mix console, then type F2 to get my transport panel back. And then let's take a look at some of the events in the project window. So I'm going to scroll up here and close the drum folder. Let's look at the bass tracks. So when I open up the bass tracks and I click on an event, you'll see that there are three little characters on the event itself. And to make them a little bit bigger, I'm going to click and drag that track open a little bit taller. And now there are three different volume controls on this very, very long event. The first one is the overall volume. That's located at the center position of any event. And you'll notice that when you hover your mouse over the event volume, you can click and drag to increase or decrease the volume of that event. So you can adjust volume on an event by event basis. So I'm going to set that back at its 0 position. And there are two more controls at the left and right of every event, and those are the fade handles. So if we wanted to fade a track in, we could just click and drag that fade bar over a little bit. Now let's solo this bass track and listen to the result. So now the track fades in a little bit. Let's go to the end of the track and adjust the fade out handle. So I'm going to click and drag this over a little bit so that we get to the very end of the track information. And then let's fade that track out a bit. So let's play it from this position. So it fades that event out. So every single event in the project window has an event volume and a fade in and fade out handle. But then it also has a volume envelope. And let me show you how you can use that. I'm going to come to my toolbar and I'm going to click on the draw tool, or I could just type 8 on the top row of keys on my computer keyboard, and that will also select the draw tool. Now, normally the draw tool will be drawing in events that don't exist in the project window. So for example, if I wanted to make an event over here, I could click and drag and make a blank event on that bass track. But you'll notice that when you hover that draw tool over a piece of audio information, it adds a little wavy line to the pencil. And that allows you to click and drag a volume envelope across that event. So I'm going to come over here to the beginning of the track, and let's say that this particular segment, we wanted to get a little bit quieter. So let's drop the volume there, and it will last about that long. And then let's bring the volume back up right here. And to make it a little bit more obvious, let's really turn the volume down. So I'm going to bring that first point down a little bit more. Let's play that. See, it's very quiet right there. So by using the event handles, the event volume, and the event envelope, it's a great way to make volume adjustments on an event basis, and that way they will carry on if you happen to copy or paste that event anywhere else in the project. The volumes and the fades and so forth will still be remembered on that event. Now, the envelope should not be confused with mix automation. We're going to do mix automation in another section. But those are some other ways to employ the first Pro Mix technique of volume adjustment inside of Cubase. Now, in the next section, we're going to talk about the second Pro Mix technique, which is panning.